Hello everyone and welcome back. We've got an exciting new product from Bluetti to take a look at. This is the Bluetti Backpack Power Station. We've got the hands-free 1 and the hands-free 2 actual power stations. And then we've got the Blue Pack 1 and the Blue Pack 2, which they call Ergo Blue. And the power stations are going to go inside of the backpack. And you're going to have a hands-free, able to charge stuff with it. They really have a lot of compartments. We'll go through this, and there's a lot of stuff to pack into a short video. That's what it's going to be. So right now I'm just getting it taken apart. I'm obviously up here at the tent, and we'll probably get started on this here. And unlike usual, we'll end it at the house. Usually I do it the other way around. Well, I guess the first thing we'll do is kind of look at what's in the box. This one here is the hands-free 1. It has 268.8 watt hours. It's got a lithium ion phosphate battery, both of them do. This one will put out 300 watts, the hands-free 1, and the hands-free 2 will put out 700 watts. It's got the regular Bluetti screen on there. Beautiful output, input. It's at 54%. Let's see what this one has. That one's at 26%. You can charge this with solar panels, grid power, generator, or your car. You know how I did that video on the Bluetti Charger 1 that charged up the AC200L, and will this charge from the Charger 1 in your vehicle? So when you're camping and you're driving, you can hook these up to solar panels, and these backpacks have the mole system on it, so you can hook solar panels to it and charge when you're walking if you want to. But if you were traveling also from one place to another, will it charge it? Let's go see. This is probably totally unprofessional, but I just have to see if this will work. So here we have the Bluetti Charger 1, and I don't have it turned on, and you see it just hooks up to regular solar panel hookups. So now I hooked up the cable that came with the hands-free 1 right there, and I'm going to plug it into the hands-free 1 here. That's on, and now I'm going to flip on the Bluetti Charger 1, and either we're going to fry this thing. Oh, it shut it off. Oh, wait. Just popped on. I guess the light just went off is all. Look at that. When I do the bigger batteries, the AC200L, it charged it at 207 watts. But that thing is super smart. It only lets it take as much as it can handle. And it's doing it at 111 watts. There you go. All you need is the hands-free 1 and the whole backpack system and a Bluetti Charger 1. You can travel the world. You're doing good. I don't know why that was so exciting to me, but it really was. You know, everything kind of comes together, and they've got something for everything. So I'm going to plug these into grid power right now just to get them up to full charge. And maybe we'll look at the backpacks a little bit tonight. I still have to cook dinner on the wood stove. It's very interesting to me how smart these things are. You got two batteries plugged into the same 6-way right there. And this one is taking 119 watts and it'll take 1 hour to charge. That's at 56% right now. This one's at 26%. It's pulling 244 watts and it's going to charge in 1.6 hours. I'm just reading about the charging on this. Plug it into a standard wall outlet and start charging. Once fully charged, the hands-free one automatically stops charging to prevent overcharging and shuts down after 1 minute of inactivity. For a fast charge, you can enable turbocharging in the Bluetti app, which allows for an 80% capacity in just 45 minutes. I have the Bluetti app. I'm going to see if it picks those two up. The only problem with that is I have the whole entire tent running on a 20 amp. And I've got a lot of stuff going in here, so I'm not going to turn on turbocharging. Everything else will go down, but on regular, that would work pretty good. Bluetti, let's see if they come up. They're right there. The Bluetti app is flawless. I have never had a problem with the Bluetti app. So I picked them up both, hands-free 2 and hands-free 1. Let's do the 1. The hands-free one, the little one is, oh yeah, that was at like 50-some percent. It's at 61%. It's pulling 163 watts from the grid. And then we could go into turbo, but we're not going to do that because I will end up dimming everything in here. Let's see the hands-free 2. %, pulling 308 watts off the grid. Can you guys see that okay? They have an awesome app. Don't mind my cracked screen on my phone. Well, that's it for right now. Because like I said, I still have to cook dinner. We'll talk about the packs tomorrow. Comfortable. Okay everyone, I'm obviously back from the tent, back here to the farmhouse. Let's take a look. We've pretty much covered everything there is to cover with the battery. So let's just take a look at these packs and get this one wrapped up. As you can see, this is the hands-free 1, the bigger one the hands-free 2. The whole thing together is called Ergo Blue because it's ergonomic, Bluetti, and this ventilated, the weight distribution is awesome with it. So the whole carrying system is pretty cool. And I'm excited to get inside of the pack. But I had to show you that the battery, which we've already looked at and everything, fits into the pack here. But if you look right here, you see that? The sides are open and ventilated. This is like rubber. So not only does it ventilate your battery, but you can put your charging cables through here, because this is all hands-free. Charge your cell phone, charge whatever you want on the go while you're, backpacking along, and it just sticks right in there. As you can see here, I'm using the smaller one just because it fits in the camera better. I can get it closer so you can see. It's got a lot of carrying pouches, and this is, the one part says waterproof, another one says like very, very water resistant. Got another pouch right here. Places to clip stuff on. Let's see, where's that third one? Another one here, and pockets to put things in. On both sides, you've got a spot where you could put a water bottle. Actually, this is Bluetti, so we should be more environmentally friendly. And it holds environmentally friendly water bottles just as good. Another thing this can be used for, since it has one on each side, you could have your water bottle on one side, and if you're up north, like at the tent in the spring, when you have to watch out for female bears with their cubs and everything, you can easily carry bear spray in there, and you have your backpack on. If you need it, it's right there. There's no opening up your backpack, trying to get it when you've got a bear there. You just reach over, grab it, and you're good to go. What I'd like to do is turn on my hands-free one, turn on my DC right there, grab my phone charging cord. I want to do fast charge. Plug it in right there. Turns it on right away, but if we do it this way, I can walk with this thing in my pocket or wherever I want it, and it's charging. So you can kind of see their idea of charge on the go, where you've got a lot of power in here to charge your little appliance things, your phone, whatever. So that part we got. Let's take a look inside of this part. This is nice here. I should have brought my laptop out. You've got a strap here. You can put your laptop in and snap it in. Plenty of compartments to hold things. Both sides. It's got a nice padded cushion around here too to push against that so it isn't banging around. Get that one closed up, and then this bigger compartment, I'll show it to you like this, but you see that right there, all these different compartments? Well, before I get into how cool this is right here, remember I was talking about that waterproof stuff? It's IP4X waterproof protection. It also has the heat dissipation with the plastic on the side, and it's a fire prevention design. So I wanted to cover that because I couldn't remember what that was. All these are padded here, and this is for stuff like, what they're kind of gearing this towards is, if you're a person that goes out and you're doing photography or videos like I do and everything, you've got a place to put a lot of things, and you have a charging system to charge them, because there's nothing worse for me, like when I go on my longer camping type trips, I might have, a dozen or even up to 16 of the little camera batteries like this here that I have to carry in a bag, and you have to constantly charge. Well, that's fine, but if you don't have any way to charge them, I have to carry, like I said, a ton of these things. Where here, I wouldn't have to carry as many because I can charge them with this system, and I can charge them on the go. So I always have batteries that are charged. But this is pretty cool. It'll hold this. I can come in here, and by moving stuff around, I don't even have to move anything around. And one of my cameras would fit. I usually, when I go on like deer camp or duck camp, I use multiple cameras, just different ones for different places. I would have a place to put them too. I can't put the camera in that's filming right now because it's filming. And one thing also is it probably would just hold the whole thing. If I move this, you can move these around. So if you wanted this to be just one big area, you could, but you can move that around and put something like this in here, or take this out separately, and it's perfect for putting your drones in here. Find the one that fits it best so it's not bouncing around. People always ask me, why don't you have drone footage and stuff like that? You need a drone. I have a drone. I have a couple of drones. The only problem with them is I can get them to fly up and I can get them to crash, and I can't get them to do anything else. I haven't spent the time. But see, you could have all your stuff you needed in here. Extra lenses, camera, drone, batteries, battery charging, you know, your little chargers in here. Or like I said, you can just tear all of these out and just have one big compartment. This is all insulated. I'm imagining that this is maybe where, like, if you had my laptop wouldn't fit here, but if you had a tablet, it would. And it's everything. This is insulated, or padded, I should say. So then you could lock that in here, because that's kind of a valuable. You shut this, zip it up, and this here is a lock. So there's three, like a, whatever you call it, locked. You get your numbers in there, click this in there, and shut it. And you know, it's going to keep the honest thieves out, the ones that just want to come in and quickly open it up and take your stuff and go. It's a pretty cool setup. And with the hands-free too, and the bigger Bluetti Blue Pack, you just get more storage just because it's bigger. And when they sent it to me, this is like his and hers, like it was for me and for Melissa. So I looked at those, and she would want a smaller pack than I would, and that works out perfect. And with this one here, you know, you just have more space. My laptop would probably fit into that because this is stretchy. I think I could get it in here, and it would be locked in. So yeah, these things have a lot of space. And down here you have these straps, which you could extend out. You could have a little tent you put underneath here. You could extend this out and put in one of those small little sleeping bags in there. You know, with this whole Ergo Blue system, with the hands-free 1 and hands-free 2 and the bigger blue pack and the smaller blue pack, you know, it's all geared toward nowadays, you know, if you're going to go camping or hiking or anything, everybody has so much electronics, and it is hard to keep everything charged up. So this is perfect for that. And it's really perfect if you're, you know, it's an extended type trip. One thing though, that when I first saw them, the first thing I thought about is, can you guys remember back when, you know, everybody was doing a bug out bag? That was the big thing. I remember when the Joe and Zach Survival Channel started, even when the Northern Seclusion Channel started, this one here, that was the big thing. And you'd have all your survival stuff in your pack, and you'd always have way too much stuff, you know. But you also always had to have batteries and everything like that. Well, everything has switched in the last, you know, 12 years, 10 years, from, you know, using your AA or AAA batteries to everything being rechargeable. And this would actually work really good. You still should always have a pack in case you've got to get, you know, you got to leave. It could be anything. I mean, look at all the disaster stuff that happens around the world right now. If you've got to get out, it'd be nice to have something to grab and go, and you're not trying to throw stuff into a bag, you know, to get out right away. You've already got it ready to go. And one more thing that when I saw these, this is the very first thing I thought about, was up here, you know, we're in northern Minnesota, so we have some harsh winters. Last winter, it wasn't bad. We didn't get much snow. It was still cold, but not as cold as usual. But a lot of times we'll get, you know, we'll have 3 feet of snow on the ground, or you might get an 8 or 10 or 12-inch snowfall, and the roads are a mess. And even the local news channels around here will have specials, and they'll be coming up as soon as the first snowstorms get closer to coming. We're supposed to maybe get some snow this week even. About how you should have your emergency pack in your vehicle. Because if you go into the ditch and it's a very bad snowstorm and nobody saw you go into the ditch, it doesn't take long for that to drift over, and until it's daylight or they start plowing stuff out, you could be stranded like that for several hours. So it's really good to have something like that. And this to me was like, which it's not geared towards at all, but it's the perfect scenario for using this. You've got your battery charged, and those Bluetti batteries, they hold their charge for forever, it seems like. You charge it up to 100% and go at it a month later and it's still at 100%. So you could keep that in your vehicle, and then like my mom, I don't know, 2 or 3 Christmases ago, she made everybody a gift that when we showed up there, we all got a present, and it was all the same thing, but it was an emergency pack for your car. And it was just small, but it had like some nutrition bars in there. It had a couple like battery flashlights, and what are they called, those emergency blankets, those little silver blankets and stuff. And everybody up here should have one of them. I have enough junk in my truck in the back, boots and coats and everything and gloves. And for Melissa, she doesn't do as much stuff outside, so she actually has a pack, it's like a bag in the back of her truck, the back seat, that has survival stuff like in there. She has stuff like a fire starter thing and just a bunch of stuff like that, because you just never know. And it's not always smart, if your vehicle goes in the ditch and there's deep snow, your muffler goes into the snow, you're not supposed to keep your car running, because then you can get it asphyxiated or whatever. So there you are with no power, and you could charge your phone with this, everything. So anyway, that's just something that I thought up, and I think it would be super smart to have one of these in your vehicle if you live in the winter climate, where if you live in a winter climate, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I think this would be great for that. Well guys, I think that before I end this video, I think it's only right that I put it on and walk with it a little bit. And everything has felt comfortable as I wore it, but I only wore it inside just a little bit. So I'm going to put this on. What I want to do is walk back today, and it is a miserable day. Right now the outside actual air temp is 10 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds are going about 22 to 27 miles an hour, so it's brutal for this time of year, going from, we're not even winter yet, we're not even into December. And so to go from 50-degree weather down to this has been brutal. But I want to walk back there and just see if the deer are walking on that back trail that we have cleared through there and everything, and mainly just give this a try and see how it works. I wanted to hook up my cable in here so that I can see how it is charging my phone. So yeah, let's do that right now, and it's not going to get any nicer out till spring. It's nice and toasty in here. I started that stove up front just so get a little heat up in that front part, but that wood boiler keeps it pretty nice. Let's see. I'm going to plug that into my USB-A. Kind of nice, it'll keep the wind from blowing up underneath my jacket. Yeah, it feels real nice. Where's my cable going? There, my cord. I like it. Plug in my cell phone. Nice. You wouldn't even have to have, this is the cord that I use to charge overnight. All I'd have to have is a short cord for this, like my fast charge cord that I have. This would be so nice on the deer stand because it's cold, and usually when I'm on the deer stand it's cold, but you have your phone out and there's not real good cell service up there, so it's constantly looking and burning your battery down, where here it would just be constantly charged, which would be nice. Alright, let's get some more warm clothes on and go for a walk. Lots of tracks right in here. A little bit of snow on them because we had some snow last night, but they're using the trail. Have some real fresh ones right here, probably just right away this morning. Last week when I came out here before the snow, there was a buck scrape right here, right underneath this little branch. I'm guessing that the rut is over now because it doesn't look like it's getting any action there. One older set of deer tracks here on this trail going back. This is a cross trail right here, and they've definitely been using it. That's a pretty fresh set right there. Yesterday there was 2 deer that were out in the pasture inside the electric fence area. Ah, feels good to get out of the cold. Charged it from 77 to 91% on that walk. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. I don't have anything bad to say about the hands-free 1 and 2 or the Bluetti Blue Pack 1 and 2 Ergo Blue system. The pack was super comfortable, more comfortable than I thought it would be after that long of a walk. I will leave all the links in the description box. They're running some great deals right now because the holiday season is here. Couple of great little units. I really like them. How are you doing, little guy? I'll see you guys on the next video. You're going to want to stay tuned. A lot of stuff happening. That's a good boy. That's a good boy, huh? You going to stand up? 4 days old today.